Good morning, everybody. How's it going? (7:04 a.m.) But it just is good morning. Well, I wanted to show y'all, I had a peaceful walk from the back alley. But that's not true anymore. That didn't last long. So, must have been in their cars or something. Anyway, how y'all doing? How's it going? Y'all know anything about cars? What is this? Is it the oil? AC fluid? It could be several things. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Guess what today is for me? It's due day today for me. My mom's got some errands to do. Tracy's off. So I'm going to go to the zoo in the afternoon. In case you're wondering. I haven't been to the zoo all week. So, and I think my mom and I plan to go to the zoo. She's got a lunch on Monday, next Monday. Tracy's off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I think. She's got a Three Musketeers #lunch, I think, on Monday. But on Tuesday, we're going to go to the zoo because she said she wanted to see their, dinosaur exhibit. So it ends September 2nd. So next week, I think, is when all of the public schools are back in session. I don't know about charter schools or public charter schools. I couldn't tell you. But I know all the public schools are back. So hopefully they have a lot more field trips these days, seems like. But hopefully we'll go when it's early, because she said she don't want to go as hot. So zoo day today and zoo day next Tuesday. Already talking about next week. That's how it is. Not that I'm a public figure or anything, so on and so forth. But just next week's what we're gonna do, and living at 9107 Rustler's Creek. Where are you going, Benjo? Where are you going? And just as good morning. So, what else? What else is new? So what do y'all think of all this? I'm getting a little confused here. Say, what do y'all think of all of this, like, risque stuff like people are putting out? Say what people are calling me. I'm not a Republican, but I mean, why are you dressing like that? That's because I advocate for marijuana. That makes me not a Republican. But you dress like that? I mean, I don't mind getting into this. Of course, I don't mind getting into this whole, like, why are you wearing that situation. I'm not telling people what to wear, obviously. Across the street again. He's tired of them cars driving by. Oh, Benjo, you tired of them cars telling you what to do? Anyway, um, so one second. Let's go, Benjo. We got another one. You see? You see this? You see this over here? They're not trying to run me over. That's not what's happening. And then they slow down, like they're looking at me. Who's that? Okay, we're really gonna do this? Okay, because I got all the practice at 9107 Wrestlers Creek. I'm gonna outlast you every day of the week, and twice on Sunday. Anyway, but just talking about, I don't know, I guess politics, political conversation. What do y'all think about people dressing all like that? You got Bobert, you got MTG. I mean, not to mention AOC going to the Met Gala in a dress that costs I don't know how much. Says tax the rich. You couldn't even get a nice dress. Tax the rich. I mean, that. I'm not surprised she wore that dress to the Met Gala. See, that was back in what? Was that in 2021? 2022? So did all proceeds go towards housing affordability? AOC? Is that what happened? So anyway, I just wanted to, like, okay, first there was a Bulwark. You know, MTG just does her little bikini, post her bikini photos. Because apparently she owns a boat or something. Was it a construction company? She's in construction? I forget what company she was in. But I know she's not a financial manager. Anyway. So there's this... I know when you get into a job, there's certain things. Like Tracy, she works at Michael's. She said there are certain prints she can't wear. And, you know, so on and so forth. So, what do y'all think of these representatives? And right now the trend seems, Congress people, and right now the trend seems to be Republican and conservative Congress people dressing in a revealing manner. And for what? I know Kimberly, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Kimberly G. I saw a photo of her wearing something at Mar-a-Lago. And it was like a bra and underwear and some like fishnet. I thought it looked like a swimsuit. At best you could say it was a swimsuit. But I think it was like a black tie event. I said, why are you wearing that? Where are all the other places you can wear that and it not be extremely inappropriate? For a multitude of reasons. And then we got Bobert and all of her fiascos, which I guess, from what I can see on Twitter, she didn't recover her restaurant, but she's recovered from those multiple fiascos. About the movies and all that, Ted Cruz and all that. It seems like she's recovered just fine. Who's that? Do you see a kitty cat? 1 second. So yeah, it seems like she's recovered just fine. So I don't know what's going on with my situation. I mean, obviously they don't have any sort of, like, as Nancy Mace would put it, shame associated with their behavior, I guess. So I'm just saying, there's you know, what's going on here. I was under the impression, look how cute, Benji, you so smart with kitty cats. One second. I think the cat wants to play. He could have ran away, but he stopped when Banjo. He looked back and Banjo was not following him. That kid wants to play Banjo. Uh, anyway, so I'm just wondering what's going on because, or what do y'all think? You know, you would think it would be the liberals who would be like, there's a certain kind of decorum all the Congress people need to have. Are you doing this for money? What's going on here? And then Paulina Luna. What's the point of that? Did you get into the wrong profession? Oops. Oh no. You want to be a representative. You just also want to be a model too. Was that for money? Was that for views? Attention? What was that for? Anyway, so what do y'all think? Obviously, you know, I don't think anybody wants to be like, we're here to tell people how to dress, especially women. I don't think there's anybody like in this day and age, and I say day and age because nobody can afford anything. Or there's a lot of people who have real problems and issues and don't really care what people choose to wear. So of course there's that side of it, but I'm just wondering what y'all think, because from my perspective, you know, this just seems like what's going on here. You see, nobody recognizes me. Not one word said to me about anything about that, right? So what's going on here? Now they're dressing risque. So are they selling? What's the point of that? Are they selling a profession in a certain way? You know, because from my perspective, Benjo, let's go, Benjo. From my perspective, it was, I'm low class because of somebody else decided to film me and didn't tell me about it. That's one reason. Second reason is, I guess, a party lifestyle. So I'm just wondering, you know, what do y'all think about that? Just to open up a discussion. I've been trying to think about what to talk with y'all. So, you know, obviously I think it's inappropriate. Like I said, I'm not here to tell people what to do and stuff like that, but if you're gonna do that as a representative, as a congressperson, because I want to keep the senators in there, you know, then there has to be a reason for it. Are you raising funds for a Second Amendment? I mean, you're not even gonna put that on there. That's going too far. It's too much work. Yeah, so anyway, what else? I don't know. I just think it's a little, from my perspective, I think it's obviously a bit backward. And then people get mad at me because I'm not nice to them. Oh, that was my bad. I was fully dressed in sweats and I was not nice to them. In order to be kind, I have to be in a thong bikini. That's how I be kind to them. Anyway, so obviously those are my thoughts on the matter. One second. So anyway, and also I think it's interesting because when you get into certain levels of stuff, and when I say levels, I mean like power and authority levels. I mean like, yeah, it's one thing when you're, out in the public and you're just a normal citizen, trying to run a business or whatever, because I think that's also another thing about it, right? Um, but let me finish my thought here. Um, so it's one thing if you're just like a normal person living a normal life, um, with normal people. Um, what I've learned from my experience is um, there's like another class group of people where all of these normalities um, get taken advantage of, to say the least. And that's their social structure. Um, so I think it's one thing for somebody to do that, but for somebody to do something like that in a specific environment, I think is even more telling. Because here I am, after January 2021, I'm like, I'm not giving, why are you touching that animal like that? Why is that picture like that of that animal? Why, I don't, I'm fully dressed. I don't wear shorts anymore. My fashion has changed. If you knew me before 2021, I'd be wearing shorts every day. It's hot. It's San Antonio, Texas. Didn't think anything of it. It was the normal thing to do. That's not my life anymore. That's not the level of where I'm at. So anyway, that's my thoughts on the matter. And I think when you're there, you're hyper aware of that kind of stuff for lots of reasons. But again, if you're just a normal person in a normal environment, doing normal stuff, it doesn't apply to you. It just doesn't. There's because I don't know. I guess it's a lot of who you surround yourself by. And so if you're surrounded by just a bunch of normal people, obviously you can feel comfortable being normal. But anyway, I just want to add that in there. There is an extra element. It's not, from my opinion and perspective. But anyway, and I also wanted to add to that. It's one thing if you have a business. Isn't that part of capitalism? You have a business. You advertise it and promote it a certain way. You get word of mouth or a paid ad, whatever. People like your product and service, and you have a sustained successful business, right? And so I saw that there was was it Mark Cuban and Jon Stewart, which I guess he's back from retirement, talking about oh, it's unfair of Elon to do all this, have all this talking, people listening to his conversation. So I don't know who's listening to Mark Cuban. I know it says Mark Cuban billionaire, but I don't know who's listening to him. I mean, I couldn't even get through that little segment. I was like, I'm so bored. I don't care what any of these people have to say. So I'm not sure what businesses they have. I know Mark Cuban owned the Dallas Mavericks for a little bit. Went to San Antonio, made fun of the Riverwalk. That's pretty much all I know about Mark Cuban. Anyway, so I said, what is he complaining about? Capitalism? I mean, if it's one thing if there's manufactured views, and those aren't the correct numbers. But it's quite a different thing to be like, oh, all of these billions of people shouldn't be listening to this one product and service, shouldn't be partaking in it, giving this one product and service their business. Why is your argument that it holds too much power? Well, what does Mark Cuban got to say about that other than it's not fair when it happens to Elon? Um, so anyway, I just wanted to bring that up. It's one thing, like, if you live in a capitalist society, if a business is really successful, then it's successful. Obviously, there's already set laws about monopolies and stuff like that, but you can't punish a business because they're successful. You know, you got to punish a person or business because something that they're doing is illegal. You know, money laundering, racketeering, so on and so forth. Coercion, you know, so on and so forth. Anyway, so what do y'all think? So what's with this trend of, I guess, conservative Congress people embracing their sexuality as Congress people? I guess is to sum that up. And as far as capitalism, I don't know if Elon Musk believes, or Mark Cuban believes in capitalism. So the First Amendment, it's not the business side. It's not Tesla, Boring Companies, SpaceX, and now Twitter. That's not the issue. Or maybe just the Twitter part. Which again, I've been saying, why did Elon Musk buy Twitter? Why didn't he just make his own social media company? That was stupid. Anyway, especially if he's gonna bring in all new people, like. Anyway, SpaceX, Tesla, all that's fine for Mark Cuban, but the fact that people are listening to freedom of speech on a social media platform, and that a lot of people are doing that, I bring that up because, you know, that might include me, right? I might be in that category. I mean, it's hard to say the exact numbers and figures, but I'm just guessing. I'm saying that because I could also be an example, which is why zero have been able to contact me to endorse their product and service, because that wouldn't be capitalism. According to Cenk Uygur, maybe TYT, throwing money at it is not going to help the problem and issues. You're not caring for something if you just put money at it. We'll tell the criminal justice system that, okay? Cenk Uygur, progressive, home of the progressives. Anyway, I rambled on a bit there. But anyway, Mark Cuban's totally okay with, from what I can tell, Mark Cuban and Jon Stewart are totally okay with SpaceX, Tesla, the Boring Company, buying unincorporated areas of land. Totally okay with that. But this freedom of speech being exercised on a social media platform that Elon bought, what are the terms and contracts of that? I don't know if that's public information or not. That's not okay. That's too much power, and I guess should be regulated. You gotta regulate Elon Musk's Twitter now. Anyway, another day, another dollar. I still don't like Elon Musk. Don't think that's changed any. So what do y'all think? Congress people displaying their sexuality, which again, at this moment in time, August 2024, it's the conservative Republicans embracing their sexuality in association with their government job of being a representative in Congress, a member of Congress. So I think it's really interesting. We can ask Adam Kissinger, go cry about it. What do you think's going on there? I mean, I may be connecting too many dots here. But what am I to do? This is my environment. I see this every day. I gotta be thinking some stuff. So I'm just saying, you would expect that from the liberal and Democrats. So you want to get attention, you want to get the views for whatever reason, to raise funds, to raise awareness. You would think that would be the liberal and Democrat Congress members doing that. I mean, we can include Adam Kissinger in that. Adam Kissinger, go cry about it in that, even though he declares himself a Republican. So I don't think you are. I'm classifying Adam Kissinger as not a Republican. He's a Democrat from Texas. Anyway, so I just think it's interesting, the trend that's going on right now. Not with the Democrats and progressives during non-war time, but it's the conservative and Republican Congress members embracing their sexuality as a member of Congress. Anyway, what do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about capitalism? And I guess included with that, free speech. And I guess we can take it back to COVID, where with the COVID, you have to mandated COVID symptoms on their business, people shutting down their business. If you want to include that in there, I always like to include stuff that's happened in the past, because I think some level of group of people maybe in our situation preparedness discussions I have with y'all, it's always helpful, because a lot of stuff happens, and then maybe people forget what has already happened because there haven't been any sort of repercussions or consequences to a certain level of people. So that's why I always like to include, remember when this happened 4 years ago? I don't even think it, just, stuff like that. Anyway, y'all have a good one. It's due day today. I might even go for a run before then. So yeah, I'm probably going to go and zoo in the afternoon, after lunch, between 2 and 5, probably, maybe 1 and 5, we'll see, depending if I go running. So if you want to, I'm just letting y'all know. And probably going to go Tuesday morning with my mom, next Tuesday. Was it 17, 18, 19? Probably the 20th. So yeah, y'all have a good one. Next week's already being planned in my house. In case, I just wanted to let y'all know, update y'all. They're already planning next week over here. So anyway, y'all have a good one. I'm gonna do my morning Instagram post. Nice chit chatting. Talk to y'all later. Oh, and hopefully my husband right next to me, but I just said what I said. I just want to include my husband in there because I want to. Anyway, y'all have a good one.